So I have a big problem. A problem that's taken full circle, especially right now. My name is Johnson Tran. I currently at university. I'm majoring in biomedical science, and I aspire to become a neurosurgeon in the future. The problem is, I want to improve myself, and in order to improve myself, I have to talk to people, and that is not my strong suit. You see, I'm a person that wants to self-improve myself. I watch many motivational videos, I watch many TED Talks and articles of the like of things that you can do to be the best person that you can be. I aspire to be the best person I could be, and I show it in everything I do. I'm a person that operates on actions, not necessarily words. I want my legacy to be built on what I have done in my life. So when I'm 80 or 90, I can look back and say, I lived a good life. I lived a happy life, a life that I fulfilled everything I wanted to do. The problem is, there's not, there is a problem with this. There's a disconnect with a lot of the people I want to talk with. And that barrier is, in order to get to these deep conversations, you have to start with little conversations, starting with the introduction, and then smaller conversations, lighter conversations that build up trust, and then you can talk about the deep stuff, the deep topics. And I'm very interested in deep topics because I only want to know. I want to talk with people that may not share the same views. That even if they say, I don't value self improvement, I would ask why. What is the method that you use to get by or be the best person that you can be? Questions like that is what I want to hear. And it's not, it is ultimately so I can improve as a person. I want to be the best person I can be. But others might not see that initially because I'm reluctant to talk about small stuff, small outside stuff that I personally find uninteresting. Like I find personally find the parts of the brain and the spinal cord very interesting. But I don't find interesting is all the actors that played in the latest movie that came out. I don't it's not it's not a part of it's not a part of getting to my goal, which is becoming a neurosurgeon. It is not becoming part of my goal is to be the best person I can be. I'm not the best. I don't believe that being the best person is knowing all these actors and like everything they do, how they're doing their whole life. That's it's a service to them. Deep down, they don't want to be stalked at every day. These popular actors and of the like. Entertainment. You see every moves they make, and news outlets are videotaping it. But that's not. I'm doing a service to them by not talking about that, not being interested in that whatsoever. So I don't have to worry about other that those people's situations. And you might think, well, that's a selfish thing that you're doing this for your own personal benefit. Well, the thing is, I'm being the best person I can be so I can display that to others and help others make a difference. And what I said earlier was that I wanted to talk about my problems with them so they can help me be better as a person, and I can help them solve their problems so they can be better people. And that's how the ideal person to person relationship should be. You help others and then they help you, or they help you and then help others. But it's a mutual relationship. Everybody has to be on the same page of that. If one side doesn't want that assistant, so why help them? Or you can at least make an effort, but if they insist that they don't want that assistance, then you should just stop trying. But like I said in the top, the barriers between getting to the point where I can have deep conversation and the people I want to talk to make a difference in my life, it is humongous in terms of, personally for me. I am a heavy introvert. I'm very reserved in my feelings. Always try to have a happy mood. I always try to find the silver lining, something to be positive about. I have a consistent schedule every day that I follow. Well, depending on what time my classes are, but usually every day I wake up, I I take a run for a little bit, like 10 or 15 minutes, come back, eat breakfast, prepare for my school, go to classes, and then when I'm done with my classes, I usually either take a nap, go to the library to do some homework, and then after 1 or 2 hours, I take a break. I go exercise for 1 hour. I come back. I take a shower. I eat, do some more homework, and then I get ready to go to bed. And then I go to bed. This is the formula I follow every single day when I have school. Outside of school, it's a little different, but it is still very consistent. I do the same things at almost the same times every day, and I feel happy about it. I don't follow other people's schedules. I do whatever is suitable for me. And I feel like I don't I'm not trying to be a people pleaser. I'm not trying to do things that may not be morally right just to make them happy. I'm not about harmony in the group. I'm about morals and doing what's right, what I believe is right, and these and following these universal truths. There's times everybody knows that in universities people sometimes drink when they're not uh, in the appropriate age, and I just, I never go to those parties in those cases. If it means being alone, that's okay. Then I could work on self-improvement. It would just be nice if other people would follow me in trying to improve themselves as well. It makes me happy if other people improve themselves, and hopefully by the end of their lives they reach the state of self-transcendence where they feel they're invincible. There's nothing that can stop them from doing anything they want to achieve in life. And the person who's very dedicated to reaching their goals, I want to get to that goal of self-transcendence. Well, unfortunately, other people sometimes people have other opinions, and I want to know those opinions. I want to know how what they want to achieve by the end of their life. But if people just if people just want to talk about Taylor Swift in there all the time, I can't get to that. I can't get to that conversation that I want. And it's hard because then first you have to do your introduction, which is It's harder than you think, but I'm extremely confident I can do an introduction with myself and tell someone who I am, what I want to do, and how I manage to do it. Who, what, and why. Those questions I always answer about myself when I'm introducing myself to others. And but I cannot. But the thing is, once people start to know me, they see my flaws right away. I don't talk a lot because, in part because I don't. I want to talk about deep conversations, but that trust has not fully been built yet. They see me. People see me as honest, but they don't want me to get into conversations. Those conversations. Maybe it's because I'm trying to initiate them in the wrong times. Like people that want to have fun time, they want to relax, they want to get away from all the stress. So I completely understand that. There has to be a certain situation where I can come in and we can and somebody can talk, and then we can establish a relationship that way. I watched a video, a TED talk about this movement called free intellectual conversation, and it started out where like four people went around Chicago suburb, and they set up signs called free intellectual conversation, and one of the guys had in the end, by the end had gathered around 9 people. They were talking around the street for over 2 hours, and they exchanged phone numbers. They had these intellectual conversations. People of all different backgrounds. They had these conversations, these deep conversations, and they were comfortable talking about it, even though they've never met before. But keep in mind, these were people that are rather relatively older than me, much older than me. They were comfortable having these conversations with strangers, people that they don't know. They want to make a difference in other people's lives, even if they didn't intend to. That's what makes a great person that cares for others. They do it even if they don't intend to, and that's good too. People can't tell if one is faking it or not, or pretending to or not, or not intending to, or is intending to. And I want to do the same thing, but unfortunately, there's this generation is, as we have more technology, we have access to more information than ever. Yet we are not taking advantage of that. People glued to their phones, but for the wrong reasons. They want to have that They want to get information about their favorite artist making a new album, or they want to they want to see where their favorite actor is acting next in the next movie, which does not. If you tell me that does not equate to being a better, is being self improving, getting to the next level of human satisfaction. I want to become a neurosurgeon. I understand what it takes to get there. It's education and a strong heart and desire for this goal. A hardworking person. I know that it takes a hardworking person, a dedicated person, and one that is deeply curious and intrigued by the material, is willing to do everything in their power to reach a high, a goal that a lot of people will not take. This is neurosurgery is a track where relatively few people take. I have one goal, I have one focus. And unfortunately, because I have this one focus, I can't connect. I cannot. There is a. I have a. I'm currently at a ceiling of how far my self improvement phase would go, because people aren't willing to engage in conversations where I can understand them better, and then I can learn from them. Whether one perceives them as dumb or smart, you can still learn from anybody. Because if you go in the mind, if you come into a conversation with the mindset that they know something that you don't, then you learn way more than you think. You're a way better person if you understand others. If you're the culmination of other people's experiences and you can retell them in a manner where it's very understandable, that's what I believe. What I believe is smart. That's what I believe will be people that define our generation. And people, they might want to have a fun time, but it's at an inconvenience for me, who only wants to only wants to work on being the best person I can be at all times.